Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. If you are here, just type something. I don't know if anybody can hear me or not, so I'm just testing it right now. It says I'm live, but this shit is still saying offline. I don't know what the hell. It's hypocritical as YouTube. So, as usual, I'm actually on time today. Fuck you very much. Um, it's 10:01, so semi on time. But I was logged in at 10, so that counts. So if anybody's here, just post something. As usual, I will start in 5 minutes. At the 5 minute mark, just to give people time to get in. So just hang with me as usual. Want to thank everybody who's already listened and joined and everything. And it's thank you guys so much. I think I've been late too much. Everybody is not even here yet. Probably used to log in at 10:15 because I'm usually getting on about 10:15. So all you people who are late to church, you are sinners. This will not be tolerated. Oh man. All right, I'm still waiting. Give me about another 3:30. Again, if you are just logging in or listening to it on the save part, just go ahead and jump to the 5 minute mark. I'll start there. Just giving people time to log in. Hopefully. Hopefully they log in. All right. I'm going to go silent for like a good 3 minutes. And I will be back to start. Again, I'm starting at the 5 minute mark. So if you are here, just know that I will be back in about 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry. If you can hear me, type something. Simply Deep. What's up, Chief? I'm glad you can make it. Finish cleaning up the house. Turn on this shit off. All right. If you can hear me, type something. If anybody can hear me, type anything. I think it's coming through, but I just want to make sure because last time my shit just went dark for some stupid reason. All right, sweet. Thank you, sir. Um, all right, we're gonna start up in about 10 seconds. What's up, Shogun? All right, hello. Welcome to the Church of Fuck You. I'm St. Patrick. Um, Tonight I just sat and just thought like, what do I really want to talk about? And I had all these topics in my head. But one of the things I think would encompass all the topics is you can't nerf the earth. And for somebody who pretty much has no idea what the fuck nerf means, it means to make it soft, make it padded, make it, I guess, to be the nice ways to make it fair, make it safe, make it, you know, um, just make it comfortable for everyone. And a lot of this has to do with like political correctness. You know, we want to be politically correct. You want to, not hurt anyone's feelings. You want everybody to be included. You want everybody to be involved. And unfortunately, the world just fucking doesn't work that way. And I know a lot of people will have a really hard time understanding this, and I'm assuming you guys won't because you're used to me by now. You're used to how I'm thinking or how I think. But you can't make the whole entire world safe for everyone. And one of the things that really jumps out to me about this whole issue is when it comes to guns. Now there are a lot of different things that we're gonna hit on tonight, but guns is like the number one issue that I think comes into play when we say you can't nerf the earth. Um, or just not even the whole fucking earth, just the U.S. But again, this obviously fine, fuck it, the earth. I think like a lot of people want guns just completely outlawed, completely eradicated, get rid of guns completely, because guns leads to murder, and murder is horrible and murder is bad, and if we didn't have all these guns we wouldn't have all these murders, and if we didn't have all these guns then we wouldn't have all these people dying every day and all this other shit. Well, I mean, okay, fine, I will concede the fact that there are a number of murders committed each year by guns. That is not a question. That is not a. It's not even an argument that I could make against, you know, against I guess why we shouldn't ban guns. People feel like the guns should be banned, and their number one reason is because of all the senseless shootings and the senseless murders. But one thing that I can flip and argue with is this: people act like fucking guns were invented murder. Like murder was never around and never came about. It was never, an issue until guns magically appeared on the fucking scene. And that irritates the fuck out of me because we forget about all the massive killings that transpired before a gun was ever fucking invented and before a gun was ever shot. We forget about all the killings that happened and all the murders that happened, and the whole crusades and when they went around and killing all these people, and I mean we forget about just the massive death and the massive just destruction of humans, and unfortunately that's what humans do. And I don't want to say it as a, I mean, I don't know how to say it any other way than that. Humans fucking are just assholes. Humans kill people. That has nothing to do with guns. Now, yes, guns make it easier, but if you remove guns, they won't stop fucking killing. And yeah, exactly, Mr. Simply Deep. Murder's always going to happen. There are murders every year with knives. There are murders every year with just assault. There are murders every year with baseball bats and billy clubs and whatever someone can get their hands on. If they are angry enough to kill someone, they can kill someone. It's not a thing with guns. It's not a thing with well, if we remove guns then all the murders are going to go away. It's complete bullshit. And people who live in this world where they think that they equate immediately the guns to murder, and they immediately think if we get rid of the guns then naturally you're to get rid of murder. They're fucking delusional. They're absolutely positively fucking delusional. And I'm not saying that to be demeaning or derogatory towards people who are anti-gun. I just personally feel like it's bullshit. It's complete and utter bullshit. And I feel like that they should at least sit down for 10 seconds and just think about it in a rational manner and just think, okay, if we get rid of guns, will that solve the murder problem? It will solve the murder problem of people getting killed with guns, but it won't solve the murder problem at all because people will still be getting killed. My biggest argument where people will talk about guns is that people act like the bow and arrow was fucking invented just for archery, archery time at summer camp. No, it was invented as a fucking weapon. They used it as a weapon. It's intended to kill people. That was the purpose of it. So I don't know. It's just that irritates the fuck out of me. That just really drives me insane. And I would love, and I don't know if you guys heard this before, but I've said this before. I would love for all these anti-gun people. Fine, they hate guns. They don't want to deal with guns. They want to get rid of guns. Guns are evil. Guns are bad. Fuck guns. But it's like anytime something ever transpires where their lives are in danger, what is the first thing they fucking do? Call somebody with a gun. They call the cops. They call, they call the police, and they hope police show up with their guns. All the fucking politicians who are, anti-gun and guns are horrible and guns are bad and we need to get rid of all guns, they won't step out their fucking house without being surrounded by a fucking SWAT team. So if guns are so evil, politicians, get rid of your fucking guns. Don't be surrounded by a small army every time you leave the house. Don't be surrounded by a freaking, mini army every time you just want to drive down the street and wave. You have snipers on the roof and you have people everywhere, cocked and ready to shoot. But guns are so bad, guns are so evil. And for anyone who says, well, politicians, their lives are in danger, they have people out there who want to kill them. Well, so does the average fucking Joe. The average Joe who walks down the street has people who may want to kill him. He's supposed to take that chance, but politicians aren't. I don't know. And it all boils back to the same topic: is you can't fucking nerf the earth. You can't make everything so perfect and so safe. Because if you get rid of guns, then honestly, it goes back to the biggest person on the block. Whoever has the biggest knife, or whoever has the biggest sword, or whoever has the biggest baseball bat, or whoever's the fucking biggest, period. Now all of a sudden, they're the rulers of the block. So again, you're not changing anything by getting rid of guns. You're just making the power shift. So the little scrawny little guy who's 5'4" and weighs 115 pounds. Now he has a gun in his hand. He feels empowered. You take that gun away, he doesn't feel empowered. Now he's getting his ass whooped by somebody who's 6'2" and 315 pounds because he has no fucking way to defend himself. None whatsoever. And it's just, again, you can't nerf the fucking earth. You can't make everything perfect. You can't make everything just uh, you can't make that's it. You just can't make everything perfect. You can't eliminate shit. You can't remove things and think all of a sudden it's going to be better. A lot of shit that you eliminate, a lot of shit that you remove, a lot of shit that you want to change, it doesn't make shit better. It just shifts the power. It just shifts the direction of, who's in charge or who's the man or whatever the case may be. And that's all it fucking does. What's up, John? Um, Keep going. Fucking nerfing the earth. There are people like, I know there are laws and rules and everything else in place to where you can't, as far as like driving, you can't text, you can't eat, you can't drink, you can't do all this other shit because it takes your attention away from the road. You can't listen, you can't look down at your radio. The the I guess like the car companies now are putting all the radio buttons on the steering wheel so you can change the button without taking your eyes off the wheel and taking your eyes off the road. And now your phone is hooked up to your car to make cars safer. And now the cars have anti-collision things to where it stops on its own. And cars have backup cameras now to where you can see where you're going when you're backing up. And they're doing all this shit to make everything so perfect, to make everything so safe. And you still have the dumbass drivers who drives 10 miles an hour or 50 miles an hour, runs a red light and smashes into somebody. Now I understand what they're trying to do. Don't get me wrong. I understand that they're trying to make things safer. They're trying to make things better. But the one fallacy that people fail to realize that is in this earth that you cannot change and that you cannot flip and that you cannot do away with is fucking humans. Humans as a whole are fucking idiots. They don't pay attention. They don't look where they're going. They do stupid shit. Again, back to the guns where like 2-year-olds are now shooting people. 5-year-olds are getting their hands on a gun and shooting the mom. Or, 3-year-old is getting his hands on a gun and shooting his dad. And everyone would say, oh, blame the gun, blame the gun, blame the gun. No, you blame the fucking idiot who apparently leaves a loaded fucking gun sitting there next to a 3-year-old. Who does this shit? Like, who in their right mind would think it is logical and safe to leave a loaded weapon right next to a toddler? Again, the problem with the whole situation, the problem with what's up, you guys? I'm sorry. The problem with the whole situation and the problem with everything that's going on in this is that you cannot account for the stupidity of humans. And the stupidity of humans is greatly, 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 I want to say undervalued, or give me a fucking word for it. It's underappreciated. I don't know what the hell you want. It's under something. It's unaccounted for in a lot of these fucking issues. That's a big, okay, yeah, got it. Bam. It's unaccounted for. Yes, you can make the cars the safest things in the world. They fucking stop on their own. They back up on their own. They parallel park on their own. They do all this crazy shit on their own. But you will still have one asshole who apparently thinks it's okay to drink 12 fucking shots and then get behind a car and drive 90 miles an hour down a one-way street. You can't account for that. You cannot fucking account for the stupidity of humans. And the problem is, until we first realize that humans are stupid, then we'll never get anywhere. We would never fucking get anywhere. We would never change anything. We would never do anything because we have to realize that humans are stupid. Then once you start educating humans, hey, dumbass, maybe you shouldn't drink and drive. Or hey, dumbass, maybe you shouldn't leave a loaded gun next to your 3-year-old or your 4-year-old and teach your 4-year-old how to shoot it. How about we stop that? Maybe you shouldn't leave fucking firecrackers and a lighter next to your 6-year-old and think nothing bad is going to happen. Again, we're talking about humans, and humans are stupid, and you can't nerf the world because you can't account for the stupidity of humans. And we'll just keep going. This weekend. Oh man, that's fucked up. I'm sorry. If anybody knows, Shoe Flies is saying there was a shooting in Lackland a week after I left. That fucking sucks. Um, Glad you got out safe, dude. Really glad you got out safe. But seriously, like, nerfing the earth. And this is how some people feel like we should do it. This is how some people feel like like the whole healthcare thing. People feel like, oh, well, if we have more preventative care, then people, will be wise. And this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. But, one of the plans when they was doing the whole healthcare reform was that certain things should be added to preventative care. Like if someone wanted to talk about substance abuse, or if someone wanted to talk about, weight loss, or if someone wanted to talk about something mental, that it should be free, that the insurance company should pay for it for free, because people need to be aware that these things are a problem. And it's like, are you fucking serious? Like, all of a sudden, now we're saying that fat people don't understand that it's a health issue because they're fat. And maybe if they had a little bit more information, and maybe if they could talk to their doctor for free, they wouldn't be fat anymore. Everyone knows that a fucking double cheeseburger and large fries is not fucking good for you. Everyone knows walking around with 100 extra pounds is not good for you. And if you don't, you're a fucking idiot. But what we do is we don't put the blame on people, which irritates the fuck out of me. We put the blame on the products. We put the blame on the system. We put the blame on everything, and we try to fix it to make the world safer and to make the world padded to help these people who apparently are too fucking stupid to realize that there's an issue, there's a problem. So what they do is, hey, if you drink a lot, you can now go to talk to your doctor for free because we need to have this paid for because apparently you don't understand it's bad that you drink a lot. Well, you're a fucking idiot. If you don't understand that, then you're just fucking dumb. Why are you here? I'm sorry. One of the things that I know we've talked about evolution before. One of the things, I've talked about evolution before, but one of the things I love about evolution is that it's like pretty much the strongest survive. But now we're in a I guess the business of making idiots survive. And we're adjusting the world for the idiots. We're changing the world for the idiots. There was actually a professor in New York. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but there's some kind of professor of political science or something in New York, where this guy was saying that we need to get rid of algebra in high school because a lot of kids are failing algebra, and as a result, they're dropping out of high school because they can't pass algebra. So in his brain, he thinks it's actually feasible and it's actually wise to drop a math class that kids can't pass to help the graduation rate. Because algebra, to him, isn't really that important in any fucking way. So what's the point of having algebra in schools when all these kids can't pass it? And again, this is just one of the greatest things that I've ever heard of trying to nerf the earth. You're trying to change the fucking curriculum because either the teachers are so fucking stupid that they can't teach it correctly, or the kids are so fucking stupid that they can't learn it correctly. So instead of just actually getting smarter teachers to make smarter students, we just rather drop the shit because hey, I mean, fuck it, they not learning any goddamn way. Might as well just do it better for our numbers to build more self confidence in the kids that because they can't pass it. How about we make it better for them and make it easier for them? This is the same shit that we went through when the whole fucking trophies for everybody. Oh my gosh, little Billy is so upset that he didn't get a trophy because his team went 0 and fucking 12 and didn't score a point the whole fucking year, but he needs a trophy for participation because, we don't want to hurt little Billy's confidence. Well, let me be the first to say, if you haven't heard this before, life fucking sucks. Without a shadow of a doubt, life fucking sucks. It's not fair. It's not even the remotely thing as far as everything's on a fair and even playing field. It's not. And I just, right, fuck Billy. And I just can't stand the fact that we have now moved to a society where we need to take everybody's feelings into account. We need to take, everybody's thoughts and wishes into account. Unless we don't like them, then it's like, fuck them, which really pisses me off. But we need to take everybody's feelings into account. We need to take everybody's thoughts into account. We need to take everybody's wishes and desires and personal feelings and personal struggles into account. And we need to, and if something is unfair that we deem unfair, instead of, pushing this person to do better, we just want to change the fucking rules. Because apparently life is hard, and that's unfair in and of itself. So instead of, making people have better lives and push them to want to strive and do more and make lives better, we just want to make it easier for them. And I don't fucking understand it. I really don't get it. I don't understand why we are now in a place in this world to where we just want to make shit easier for everyone. I'm not saying people should have a hard life and that's the fucking way it is and just fucking deal with it. Yes, if we can make something easier, like if we can, hey, reroute a bus or whatever, simple things that we can do. But just on the surface of just trying to take everything away that may be hard or may be bad or may be understanding. Yeah, agreed. It's one thing to be understanding of someone's, plight or someone's problems or whatever the case may be. But to me, it's just fucking maddening that now we've come to the place and point where we have to change everything because one person is offended or one person is upset or one person is angry or one person is, one person fucking wrote a letter or one person wrote a blog. Now all of a sudden we have to, redo every fucking thing. And I just don't understand it. I just don't fucking get it. So let me keep going. Another thing that I find extremely interesting is that now in schools, and I know this is in some school districts, they started to do away with different games. Like some kids aren't allowed to play tag, some kids aren't allowed to play dodgeball, some kids aren't allowed to do physical activities and different things because there are chunkier kids in the class who obviously can't tag anybody because his little fat ass can't catch anyone. Or there are chunkier kids in the class who play dodgeball, everyone hits his fat ass because he can't dodge shit. And now, instead of saying, you know what, hey, fat boy, let's get out here and run and play tag. So hopefully if you start playing tag in September, then by, say, November, December, you'll be a whole lot faster because you're running around and you're losing weight. So, hey, we can burn those fucking calories. And now, bow, you can play tag with everybody else and everybody else is having fun. We say no playing tag because we don't want to hurt little, go back to Billy, I don't know what the fuck this guy did to me, but we don't want to hurt little Billy's feelings because, Billy is standing here and he can't catch anyone and everybody tags him and runs away and he just sits there and runs around until he falls out and grabs a Twinkie to revive himself. Get the fuck out of here. I don't understand. I don't understand how now, like even to the kids level, which is completely ridiculous. Even on the kids level, now we won't even let kids run and play and jump and do all the shit that they want to do because we're afraid of offending or hurting someone's feelings who can't fucking do it. Well, get the fuck over it. when the fuck now that, like, seriously, kids can't even play tag at recess? You can't play. Recess should be, in most people's, open season. You get to do whatever. If you want to play basketball, you play basketball. You want to play on the monkey bars, you want to do the slides, you want to do anything, do something. But it should be whatever you want to do. Now we're micromanaging fucking recess. We can't play tag or we can't play dodgeball at recess because we don't want to offend the fat kids or the kids who are unathletic or the kids who are slow and they can't do what everybody else does. So now, instead of them either sitting the fuck out of the game and doing something else, we just say no one can play because we don't want to hurt their feelings. You can't nerf the fucking earth. Stop fucking trying. You can't change everything to help everyone because inevitably you're going to fuck over someone else. You're making life harder trying to please other people. These kids probably want to do just the great, run around and play tag or whatever the fuck they want to do, but they can't because we're in a business of not offending anyone. And it's obviously not their fault that little Chunky over here can't run. It's not their fault that little Chunky can't, do the things that they do as playing dodgeball or doing shit like that. No! Sit the fuck down. Don't play. Mind your fucking business. Or go do something else. Let everybody play who wants to play. But no. No one plays. Fuck that shit. Alright, hold on. I'm going to pause for 2 seconds. Shoe fives. Be smart if you're not fit. Goddamn right. Be smart. Trip those little fuckers up. You want to be a little fast kid? Well, how about I trip you up? You can't run with no feet, you fucker. Say Patrick, your brother, remember that happened yesterday. And those assholes have learned to showboat and joyride. Oh, dude, Simply Deep, that is amazing. And I actually was thinking about doing a video on that. Not the particular robbery, but it's amazing how stupid we are now as a society. Or not going, I ain't gonna say I'm not putting myself with those assholes. But the stupid people who actually like to commit crimes and videotape themselves doing it. You have to be the dumbest fucking person ever created to commit a crime and record yourself doing it. Because newsflash, jackass, if they ever fucking find a video, you have no case. You can't say it wasn't me when you're on the fucking camera saying, yeah, I fucked this dude up. I got his car. Look at this shit. Yeah. Like, seriously. It was a point in time when I was growing up. I'm not saying I committed any crimes. But there was a point in time growing up where you didn't, generally, if you was going to do something shady, you did that shit with either people you trusted who would die for you, or you did that shit alone because obviously you were not going to tell on yourself. But now we're at a state and point where not only do we commit crimes with stupid ass people, we commit crimes with people who record this shit. So if they ever get fucking caught, if they ever, like, that phone gets turned in, and just hitting delete on your cell phone does nothing because there are plenty of ways to pull that shit off a cell phone when something has been deleted. So not only do we have idiots committing crimes, we have idiots giving evidence to the police by themselves. Are you fucking serious? So now, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to rob somebody, but I'm going to record this shit because if you ever catch me, I don't want you to have to go through a whole extensive investigation. I just want you to pull my phone, see the video, and then the case can be closed. Because I don't want you to have to work hard, to do your job. So I'm just going to put all the evidence for you right on this fucking video. How fucking stupid can you get? I mean, seriously, how stupid can you get? Alright, I'm going to keep going. Yeah, I mean, seriously, it's like they're just really making it fucking easy for them. Like, completely easy. But I'm going to keep going. And now we get to the point where, honestly, I don't know if you guys see my video on when did everyone become victims, but this is the problem. I guess this is like the tie-in to you can't pad the fucking earth. Because now we have credit card companies that have to put shit in big, huge, bold letters because apparently people who were getting credit cards didn't think that they had to pay the money back or they had to pay the money back with interest. Apparently, they just thought they were getting a credit card, which was free money. They would charge as much as they want, and then the card would just magically go away. So obviously they had to pass laws and new bills and new regulations because people were getting credit cards and they were getting duped into thinking that they were getting free money and they never had to pay the money back. So now we have to have all these regulations and new laws and all this other bullshit to make sure that the interest rate is in big bold fucking letters or big bold fucking numbers so that people when they see the credit card they know how much they're paying. So apparently people were getting credit cards and if it was in regular size font or small size font they just thought, oh, I don't see a number, so it must be free, and they decided to charge the shit up. You can't account for stupid. You really fucking can't. And people never do. Apparently, apparently they just take humans at their at okay. You know what it is? This all goes back to my warning labels thing when I first fucking started. Um, this all goes back to that. To where one of the things as far as the warning labels, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you probably heard it before because I've mentioned it a number of times, where there's a warning label on a stroller that says, please remove the child before you close the stroller. And I would always rant and rave and be like, how fucking stupid are you to where you will close a stroller on your child and then try to remove it? If you are that fucking stupid, you shouldn't be having children. Well, the problem is, companies now, they're responsible for other people's stupidity. Again, we're nerfing the earth. Um, they are solely responsible. So if they don't put a warning label on there and some idiot as mom or dad decides to close their child up in the stroller and the child gets seriously injured, well, it's not that parent's fault for being a fucking idiot. It's the company's fault for not telling the parent, hey, you're a fucking idiot. Take your child out first. And that's where I think the biggest problems, and that's where all this, I say a lot of this shit started, is that now parents or idiots can sue companies because they didn't take into account that they're fucking idiots. And I just think it's a extremely interesting how we have come to the point now in our world, again, in our world, in our society, that we don't call people out for being idiots because that's politically incorrect. You can't say that shit. You can't say somebody, hey, you dumb ass, stop fucking doing that. Or hey, you idiot, don't fucking do this. Because that's politically incorrect. You can't call someone stupid for not knowing something, which again should be fucking common sense. Like removing your child from a fucking stroller before closing it. I mean, again, you have 5-year-olds who know to remove their baby doll from the goddamn stroller before closing it. But you as a grown ass adult or whatever the fuck you are, that have no fucking clue to remove your child from the stroller unless there's a big ass warning label on the fucking handlebar to tell you remove your child. So now we're in a place at a point where we're allowed to sue companies for things or we're allowed to sue companies for things that you should obviously know, but if you don't know or if you are stupid, you can sue the company for your stupidity. Imagine that. Like we have it to now, and I actually thought this was a fucking joke until a cop told me that it was real. If someone is breaking into your house and they hurt themselves breaking into your house, then they're allowed to sue you. Because apparently you're supposed to make your house burglar friendly. And if they fall or get fucked up or whatever, then they can actually sue you. There was people, some jackass, I don't know who the fuck it was going around our neighborhood breaking in cars. So I called the cop. I was like, "Hey, what are my options? What the fuck can I do?" And one of the people were like, one of the cops was like, well, you really can't do anything. Just call the cops and wait till us get there. And I'm like, well, can I confront him or her? Can I detain him, whatever? And she was like, actually, no. She's like, you can, but if he get hurt, then they can sue you for hurting them. And I'm like, but he's committing a fucking crime. What do you mean he can sue me, because I'm detaining him for breaking into my shit? And she's like, well, no, you cannot detain him because if he gets hurt, they can sue you. And she was like, I've seen it happen. And now I'm like, okay, this is just fucking retarded. Like now we've gotten to the point. Not only do we, help idiots because apparently idiots, need all the help that they can get. Apparently we help criminals as well because if you're committing a crime and all of a sudden you get a fucking boo boo while you're committing a crime, you can sue the people. Are you fucking serious? Like, and I know this is not new. So, and it may sound like I'm just like figuring this shit out, but I've known this for a while. But to me, it's still fucking insane that Criminals can get hurt in the commission of a crime, and then they can sue you because they got hurt. Well, you know what? You're committing a fucking crime. Maybe don't commit the crime. Maybe you won't get fucking hurt. How about we start there? But again, we can't have common sense in this world. Common sense is frowned upon. Common sense is thrown away with. And I know I actually asked about that. Like, the lady said that she was scared that I would confront them because I would shoot them. And I was like, I'm not going to shoot a guy for breaking in my fucking car. And she was like, well, I don't know. But apparently if I shoot them, then that's murder. Which, again, it's fucking astounding to me. It's really, really fucking astounding that we have all these laws on the books. I mean, we have laws for every fucking thing. We have laws of how you can fuck your wife. We have laws of, what constitutes an assault. Like, if you smack a girl on the ass, that is sexual assault. We have laws for every fucking thing. But we have no laws that has any fucking relevance of common sense. Ever. Like, there's no common sense in anything. It's because, again, we're trying to pad the earth for the fucking idiots. Maybe someone didn't know that it was wrong to break into someone's house. So if they get hurt, then it's your fault. Are you fucking serious? Maybe someone didn't know it was wrong to break into your car. So if they get hurt while breaking into your car, then it's your fault. And you can be financially liable for, hurting someone committing a fucking crime against you. Are you fucking serious? And yes, I agree 100%, Jackie. People don't want to take responsibility for their lives. People don't want to take responsibility for what they're supposed to do and what they need to do. Which, again, is why we always go back to, it's not their fault. It's never their fucking fault. And again, and I'm not going to say all politicians, because that would be, I don't know, probably inaccurate, because I'm pretty sure there are a couple politicians in this world somewhere. Oh, no. Shoe flies. Ignorance is a huge excuse. Apparently, ignorance is the only excuse you fucking need. Like, you can have 12 kids and not know you're supposed to take care of them, so then the government jumps in and they just help, keep giving you money to take care of all these kids as you keep fucking popping out. So, and I will never forget this shit. It was this one woman who had like 7 kids, and her baby father just got locked up. She's living in a hotel, and she's saying that the government needs to step in because somebody needs to take care of these kids. And it's like, bitch, you had them, you take care of them. Who the fuck told you to get pregnant 7 fucking times, have 7 fucking kids, and you don't have a fucking job? And that's my issue. That, you know what? That sums it up right there. It's the fucking ignorance that no one wants to say anything about, because, again, we're in a fucking world where you can't call somebody dumb for being dumb, because that's just wrong. You're not supposed to say that to someone. That is politically incorrect. What you're supposed to say is they lack education, and we need to pretty much adjust our laws in the government, and we need to adjust our laws as a country to account for all these fucking idiots. So again, we have people now, again, have 6 or 7 kids, and like, the argument of fucking raising minimum wage drives me insane, because people always say you can't raise a family on minimum wage. Well, why the fuck are you having a family if you're making minimum wage? See, that's the first question we should start with right there. Why are you can't raise 2 kids and a wife making $5.50 or $7 an hour? Okay, why do you have 2 kids and a wife if you're making $7 an hour? I don't understand that. I don't get the logic of, okay, you have 2 kids, you make minimum wage. I understand, fine. The kids are here. You can't take the kids back, whatever the case may be. But maybe if we started with the first question that should be asked to every fucking body in this situation: why are you having kids if you make minimum wage? But that's not the question we ask, because, again, we're trying to make the world perfect. So instead of asking that basic, simple, fundamental question, what do we say? It's the rich man's fault for not paying you $15 an hour to push carts. It's the rich man's fault for not paying you $17 an hour to fry chicken. Are you fucking serious? Now, unless you work at a 5-star fucking restaurant and you are a gourmet chef, you're not going to get paid a lot of money to fry chicken or flip fucking burgers. And that's understood by the overwhelming majority of the population. But there are some people who feel like, regardless of what your job is, you should earn a living wage. No, the fuck you shouldn't. I'm sorry, you fucking shouldn't. And I love it how they always like to compare and do the, well, she works 30 hours of right, she works 30 hours a week. She works 30 hours a week and she only makes $7 an hour and she only gets $210 an hour and blah 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 blah. And, she has 3 kids at home and it's like, again, the first fucking question. Why does this bitch have 3 kids making $7 an hour? I don't give a fuck if you white, black, Spanish. I don't race nothing to do with race. Answer that question. Why are you having kids if you make $7 an hour? Why are you having kids if you make $6.50 or $8 an hour? You want to raise your wages up to $15 an hour because you were dumb and got pregnant 3 fucking times and couldn't take care of your kids? But no, let's not ask that question because apparently that question it's honestly is common sense. It's too much like right. I mean, like it's the question that no one can fucking answer, so no one fucking asks it. Because it puts the onus right back on her to be like, you're fucking stupid. Why are you trying to raise a family with no money? And then bitching about you have no money. Well, shouldn't you thought about that shit before you had a fucking family? Now we're in a situation where, right, and I worked 2 fucking jobs to support my family at one time, and I've worked 2 jobs numerous times in my life. The shit fucking sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. And that's why, honestly, the whole minimum wage thing irritates the fuck out of me. Because if I'm willing to work 2 jobs and bust my ass to make shit happen, then I feel like everyone can work 2 fucking jobs. Now, some people may not because they have daycare issues or whatever the case may be, and that's fucking fine. And you may have to struggle for a while. Again, to me, that's fucking fine. That's just a part of life. But to feel like people are just supposed to pay you extra amount of dollars because of your personal situation, fuck you. Everyone has a personal situation. Shit, my personal situation, I need to make $100,000 a year because I have bills out the ass. Does that mean somebody's supposed to pay me because of my personal situation? Because I did shit in my life that was, I will admit, that was fucked up. I will admit that I made the choices that I made. I did the things that I did. Why is it all of a sudden everyone else's responsibility? No, it's mine, and I take onus of it, and I take responsibility of it. And maybe these people need to start doing the same thing. But again, we're in a situation, we're in a world now where we have to pad it. We have to make everything safe and fair because someone may be in a situation that is hard for them, and they can't go through hard situations anymore. Like we're now to the place and point where someone living a hard life is wrong and it's bad, and no one should ever live a hard life regardless of what choices they fucking made, regardless if they put themselves in that situation. No, it's wrong. So if you've been locked up 3 times for burglary and theft or whatever the case may be, it's not your fault that you can't get a fucking job. Because every time you go through for an application, you have to put that you committed burglary. And what? You're trying to apply at a bank? Yes, let's hire a fucking thief. But it's not your fault. It's the company's fault. So we need to get rid of the whole, have you ever been convicted? So, you can get job interviews and you can hopefully get a job. Really? I don't know if you heard about that bullshit. That the government was trying to do away with the whole, have you ever been convicted of a crime on an application? Yeah, please invite child molesters to work at daycares. That would be amazing. I mean, it's like, now it's like there's no personal responsibility for anyone. And anyone who says that people should take personal responsibility, they're labeled racist. They're labeled hypocrites. They're labeled evil. Oh, you hate everyone. Or, you're labeled Republican. Or they're labeled whatever the fuck people want to label them to make them feel like shit. Because I'm saying, and again, please, by all means, don't ever mistake me for a Republican. I fucking hate it. I obviously am not racist because I hate everyone equally. We should all know that by now. But it just drives me up a fucking wall, and it makes me fucking insane that me personally, I feel like people should take responsibility for their fucking actions. And you should be held accountable for your actions. And you should deal with the consequences of your actions. It's not my job or it's not someone else's job to make life better for you because you made fucked up choices. No, you made the fucked up choices. You fucking deal with it. But no, we can't do that. Because we live in a world where everyone has to hold hands and sing kumbaya, and everyone has to be happy-go-lucky, and everyone has to say, hey, you can't put this person down because he made a bad choice. He made a bad choice, but that's so what? We need to fix the system to make it better. Now, I'll put some of my personal business out there. My brother, love him to death. He went to, he did some stupid shit, got incarcerated, came out, got his life together, and he's doing the damn thing. I give him much props for that. He fucked up. He did some stupid shit. He got out, and he's doing the damn thing. Much respect. But there are people in this world who get out, fuck up again, go back. And I always say, my family, oh my gosh, if we have ever the time, I will tell you the whole fucking story. My family is a big bag of nuts. I mean, seriously, anything you can fucking think of happening is probably happening in my fucking family. I mean, seriously, absolutely fucking lunatic nuts. And there are some people in my family who moved on to great success, and there are some people in my family who is still batshit crazy. But to me, the batshit crazy, they don't get a pardon. Because we're all from the same fucking tree. We all went through the same fucking bullshit. So if I can make it out, and there are other people in my family who've made mistakes, but they learned from their mistakes and made it out, then we all could fucking make it out. And that's where I get like completely irate with people, and especially, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I am African American. I am black, but that's what like really pisses me off when it comes to black people. Like we have this fucking built-in excuse. We have this built-in reasoning. Oh my gosh, we need to make everything fair for blacks. So we need to do, affirmative action, and we need to pass loans and shit. We need to give black people loans even if they can't fucking afford it because they're black. And we need to like we from my understanding, which is one of the things I hate with feminists, but my understanding, we just wanted to be treated as equal, right? That was the whole fight. For the longest time, just be treated as equal. I want to use the same fucking water fountain as you use. I want to go to the same stores that you fucking go to. I want to be able to spend my hard-earned cash on things just like you can spend your hard-earned cash on things. But now we got to the point now we want special shit. And we're happy with our special shit. So yeah, you can use that water fountain, but I want my own private water fountain because I'm black. So now we've gone to the point now where, well, I don't want to be denied a job because I'm black, but if I get a job because I'm black, then that's woohoo, sweet. I got the job. Isn't like we're moving back towards what we wanted to get away from, but now no one fucking cares because it's in our favor. The same shit with women, which makes me fucking sane, which I'm sure some of you may know, where everyone wants to be treated equal. We want to be treated equal. We want to be treated equal, but if it benefits us, then fuck equal. I'm taking the benefit. No, boo boo. Shit doesn't work that way. If we're all equal, then make it all fucking equal. But again, speaking as a black person, that drives me fucking insane. It literally drives me insane every time I hear or see black people trying to get ahead just because they're black. No, bitch. You work just like we work. You put your 40 hours in or 40 plus hours in just like everybody else. Don't fucking milk the system. Don't fucking sit at home on welfare collecting checks. And again, this is not exclusive to blacks, but I'm specifically saying blacks because I know a number of black people who've done this shit in life and it drives me fucking insane. Don't sit at home on fucking welfare just getting money and doing the shit that, pretty much just getting money doing nothing. And then, it's like, come the fuck on. Like, seriously. You know what I mean, I'm sorry. They always say there's a thing going around, about Bernie Sanders. Um, right. I'm sorry, just laughing at you, Fly. That was actually pretty cool. Um, it's one of the things that's been going around about the whole free college and free healthcare and all this other great stuff. And again, we're trying to, I guess, we're trying to make the Earth like some kind of utopia, where we know it's not going to be super perfect, but we want to make it as perfect as possible. And there's nothing wrong. There's really nothing wrong with this premise. There really isn't. And if people look at it like I say, like prime example, the ACA, um, the Affordable Health Care Act, which is the dumbest fucking name ever created, but whatever. Um, People try to make this thing where they want to make everything fair and even for all people. But the problem is, again, there's two things. One, life is unfair. You need to start with that as your first premise for every fucking thing and every decision you make in any political role or any role in your life. Life is fucking unfair. And two, which is another biggest thing, is that people are fucking idiots. And you need to account for people being idiots. And what happened with the ACA, which I thought was so funny, everybody went out, everybody started signing up for this ACA, then they realized they had to fucking pay for it. So a number of people didn't send in their first month's payment to actually pay for their health insurance that they were so hard up and so pressed to fucking get. Um, then what happened was people started to realize, oh shit, I got a deductible, I got a co-insurance. So yes, I done paid my $200, and I go to the doctor to see a doctor, and then the doctor's billing me another $200. Well, what the fuck do I have insurance for? Okay, fucking idiot. That's what how insurance works. But maybe you didn't read the fine print, so we got to make that bigger. Okay. And now they was thinking all these healthy people were going to get into the market and pay all the, healthy people was going to get into the market and make the premiums lower for all the unhealthy people, and everything was going to be perfect. So we tried to nerf the healthcare system to get all these sick people in, which a lot of sick people did get in under Medicaid. So now they're not paying shit, and all the healthy people who were supposed to join was like, fuck you guys, I'm not paying for your shit. So now we're in a situation where we're fucked. Just flat out, we're fucked. And again, the two principles of life, or the two principles before any decision that they didn't take into account at all, is that one, life is unfair. So yes, if you are fucking sickly, you're going to pay more. It's not. I'm sorry. If you're sickly, you're going to pay more because you're fucking sickly. Less. Life is unfair. Get the fuck over it. I'm sorry. And I'm not trying to say this to be cold-hearted or mean or anything like that. But if you have cancer, if you have some kind of disease, if you have some kind of condition that you need regular treatment for, you are going to pay more. That is just the way it is. Now, yes, you can go and switch it to other health insurance, or we can try to go to do the whole universal health care, which some people are for, and that's perfectly fine. But then there are other issues that are going to come up. Again, there's no fucking perfect system. There's no utopia. There's no, perfect healthcare. There just fucking isn't. So yes, you may go from now you don't have to pay shit for it, which is great, but you may have to wait an extended period of time until your thing gets approved. And yes, this does happen in fucking universal healthcare systems. So anyone who wants to argue that with me, please, I will gladly argue that with you all day. There is waiting lists, or there are waiting lists for certain procedures. There are waiting lists for certain things that you have to get, which is why some people in fucking universal healthcare go to other countries to get their procedures done because they don't want to fucking wait. So that's where you're at. We're trying to make the world perfect. We're trying to nerf the world. We're trying to make it so that everything moves perfectly and just wonderful, and everybody's fucking happy. Well, you can't make everybody fucking happy, and you never fucking will. It's impossible. And the sooner you realize that, with all these fucking rule changes and all these fucking laws and all these fucking things that we're trying to do, and all the people that we shun for saying certain things, like apparently if you call a fat bitch fat, then you're just a fucking pig, and you hate people, and you hate women, and you hate children, and you hate everyone. Well, what happened just to pointing out the fucking obvious? What happened if somebody's acting like a bitch and you say, dude, you're really acting like a bitch? It's not you being mean, it's just you telling the fucking truth. And the last time I checked, I thought the truth was supposed to set you free. According to somebody, I don't know who said that shit, but somebody said that shit. But I thought that we want to hear the truth. We tell our kids from day one, tell me the truth, tell me the truth, tell me the truth. You need to tell the truth, you need to tell the truth. And then as soon as they get older, it's like, shut the fuck up, I don't want to hear the truth. Well, you can't have it both ways, jackass. You can't say you want the truth, and I need to hear the truth, and then all of a sudden, when you hear the truth, it's like, oh, shut the fuck up, I don't want to hear that shit. Well, what do you want? Do you want to be pacified your whole life? Do you want to hear the truth that only you agree with? You want to hear the truth that only you like? Well, then fucking say that from the jump. Don't ask for something that you don't really want, or don't ask for something that you can't fucking handle. But let me keep going. Nerfing the earth. There are people, or we covered a lot of shit, but we're from guns to healthcare to kids and everything in between. But this is one of the things, I don't know, I guess how to say this in a nice way, so I'll just fucking say it, because that's what I do. Um, One of the things that really, really drives me insane, as far as how the things that we try to, I guess, nerf and make nice. Um, and I don't know if how many people have seen this, but it's prisons. Now we have got it to the point where our prisons are like some five-star fucking hotels. Now, obviously, that's an exaggeration, so please don't take it as me actually saying that. But there are some prisons that have, televisions, they have games, they have pool tables, and it may be minimum security prisons or whatever the case may be. But they have prisons, they have education systems, they have libraries, they have computer labs, they have all, like, they have shit that normal people don't fucking have. Which I find quite interesting is because if you commit a fucking crime, normally your rights are taken away, from my understanding. Like, it's supposed to be some kind of punishment. But if you have all this shit that you probably don't even have in your own fucking house, like some of these people who are in prison, I'm sure of, don't have big screen TV, or I don't know if it's big screen, but, TVs and pool tables and ping pong tables and, exercise yards and all. They don't have that shit at home. They're upgrading their lifestyle going to prison. That's a problem. But again, we're in a world where even though you committed a crime, you shouldn't be treated less than human. So if you go out and you kill 7 people, now obviously I don't know if you'll have all this luxury shit in your prison if you kill 7 people, but if you go out and commit a crime, assault, you beat the shit out of somebody for no fucking reason or whatever, or like some video I seen where this guy just punched an old lady in the fucking face, you go to a prison or, go to a jail or whatever, your life should be fucking hell. Like, absolutely fucking hell. Because you committed a crime. You should be in fucking prison. You should know you're in fucking prison. You should not have to second guess where the fuck you're at. But, again, we live in a world to where we don't want to hurt people's feelings. And we want to even make even punishment soft. Why? 50% of the people, and this is the last number I've heard, so if it changed, then fucking sue me. 50% of the people who are in prison are repeat offenders, which means they've been to prison before. So if we want to, you want to, redo the prison system, you want to adjust the prison system, you want prison reform. How about we make prison how about we stop making prisons so fucking nice that people don't mind going back? That could be a prison reform right there. Instead of sleeping on fucking cots and, having weights to lift and all this other shit that, so many prisons have, how about you sleep on the fucking floor and you eat whatever the fuck crawls into your cell? I can promise you either people will be better fucking criminals or they'll stop committing fucking crimes if prison was actually like fucking prison. That would be wonderful. That would be actually a great place to start. You want prison reform? Yeah, we're going to reform the shit out of it. You are going to be in fucking prison. Work your ass on a railroad. Breaking up rocks, digging holes, do something. You're not going to be in fucking semi-luxury while you're in jail for a crime you committed. It makes no fucking sense. Why? It's like they're fucking running a Marriott there, and people don't mind going back because it's so fucking nice. It's nicer than the fucking home I have. So, hey, why not go back to prison? 50%. And again, that's the last number I had. 50% are fucking repeat offenders. I don't understand. I really don't. And that's fucking crazy. Like, when the fuck did prison just become another stop for people to go to get away from their shitty ass house that has roaches and rats and everything else and bullets flying through the fucking window? So hell, I'll go to prison to get away from this bullshit. Can we please, 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 for the love of fucking beans, stop trying to make this world so perfect, because it's not and it never will be. We need to start at the basic fundamental point. I don't know how the fuck we teach it. I don't know how the fuck we do it, but we need to institute some kind of law. Like, you must have basic common sense to fucking exist. So if we go back to survival of the fittest, fucking go back to survival of the fittest. Let these fucking idiots die off. Let these fucking idiots. And I'm not wishing death for anybody, so please don't take it as that. But I don't understand why we're preserving idiots. And our population gets dumber and fucking dumber, especially in the U.S. as we go along every fucking year. It gets dumber and dumber. Like, I read a statistic where one in five kids drop out of school. 1 in 5 in the U.S. The U.S. has the shittiest education system imaginable of any developed nation. The shittiest. We graduate kids who can't even fucking read, who can't do basic math, who can't even probably write their fucking name, and we graduate them. So how fucking dumb are you that you can't get through our school system? I mean, seriously. We have kids in college who can't fucking read. You're in college and you can't read. You're in college, you can't do basic math, but you can catch a football, so everything's okay. How fucked up are you that you can't get through this bullshit system that we have? But again, it's not their fault. We need to redefine education. We need to make the education easier. Because apparently, tough education means kids don't graduate, so let's make the education a little softer so kids can graduate. For what? They're not learning anything any fucking way. So we're going to make it easier. Like, how fucking easy do you want it? Oh, sorry. All right, man. I'm sorry. Oh, man, this shit just drives me insane. And I could just keep going all fucking night on how we're just flipping shit and changing shit and redoing everything to make everything nice for people. And it just, I don't know, it just irritates the fuck out of me because you can't. You just can't fucking do it. And every time I hear a politician stand up and talk about things that we need to change or we need to fix because this is broken or that is broken or this needs to be changed and that needs to be changed, it's all bullshit. You cannot pad this world to make it safe for everyone. You cannot pad this world to make everyone fucking happy. You can't. You just fucking can't. And there's nothing you can do, no law you can pass, no fucking bill you can write, and no martial law you can institute to make people intelligent and fucking get it. It is the lack of common sense. And the problem is we have been catering to idiots globally for so fucking long that is now it's like a fundamental right just to be a fucking idiot. Like, idiots need love too. And that's fine. You can be a fucking idiot, but can you please stop changing everything to compensate people for being idiots? Stop flipping shit around. Stop making shit more expensive. Stop doing all different kinds of laws and passing all different kinds of bills. And, we need to get rid of this and we need to get rid of that. And we need to get rid of guns because, people are idiots. No, get rid of the fucking idiots. All right, man. That's it. Thank you everyone for commenting. I'm sorry I really I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to read all your comments, and I do thank everyone for commenting and actually keeping the conversation going is truly, truly appreciated. Thank you so much. Shoe Flies, welcome back. Um, Again, thank you guys. I should be back next week. I don't think I'm going anywhere next week. Same time, 10 o'clock. I will be, like the first weekend of May, I'm out. So I'm just giving you guys heads up now, just in case I don't remember. The first week of May, probably the second weekend of May, I'm out. So don't look for me then. I do apologize, but I will be out of the fucking country. Um, and again, I'm sorry, I'm just reading comments as I talk, so please forgive me for kind of being in and out. But seriously, thank you guys so much. Shoe Flies, I'm actually really glad you made it. Thank you, Shogun. Jackie, I don't know where you went, but you just commented once and just disappeared. I'm going to need you to pay attention in church. But no, in all seriousness, guys, thank you guys so much. This is St. Patrick, and I am out.